So they was just taking random girls, flirting and mingling with them, getting them on the jet to go to his private island so they could get assaulted. Blink twice. You know why it's called blink twice? Because when you're in trouble, people be like, blink twice if you need help. Blink twice, see? What up? It's your girl, No Prescott, and we're back here. This is my living room. I'm nowhere special, but you know what that means? It means I'm gonna sit, we're gonna chat, we're gonna parlay, talk about things. Today's video is going to be about a movie that I was recommended from a friend called Blink Twice. Now, before we get into the video, we gotta address something. I gotta acknowledge something that's been going on. Some of you may or may not have knew this was going on, so let's take a moment to address that. I look bald, but I'm not bald. Now, let me stop though. Hold up. The braids, they're a little old. They're like a week old now. A week and a couple days old. But like, don't get it twisted. Hold on. Come on now. My mom was in town. She got me right. Now look, I know the forehead. Is on chromosome dome mode, okay? Don't get in them comments. Mainly my brother, because he was the main one trying to violate people. Don't be in them comments talking about some big forehead, shiny forehead. We get it. I got the forehead from my mom. Blame my mom, okay? I look stupid now. Now I'm mad that I just took this off, but I'm not going. I gotta show off the braids. She got a big forehead, okay? Look. We playing full court on my forehead, alright? That's alright, but hey, at least I'm AI with the braids, you feel me? Like,
I'm AI with the braids. I'm AI with the braids.
Forehead is on full court mode, but that's alright. Anyways, hey, it was something new. My mom did my hair. I've been wearing that bonnet in every video for the last 7 weeks. No, I don't have eyebrows, okay? Like, get off of me. Stop with the bullying. Let me have my glow up moment. Can I get there, please? Like, dang. I already know, y'all talking. Let me get there. But like, it's not bad. I just got a big forehead. Hey, okay, we talking about this too much. We talking about put the bonnet back on. She's insecure. She's insecure. Am I? No, I'm not really insecure. I actually don't mind. Like, if people gonna joke on me, y'all gonna joke on me. I'm not the first one. She's not that big of a deal. My forehead's just cold. I'm like being realistic. It's just cold. It's just cold in here, and I just like to keep my forehead a little toasty, you feel me? Anyways, today we're talking about the movie Blink Twice. We're talking about the movie Blink Twice. Spoilers. I'm not gonna I'm not sitting here trying to give explicit spoilers, but I'm just gonna talk about what I want to talk about, and what I want to talk about is gonna involve some spoilers. But I'm not trying to give a whole movie synopsis. It's really just my thoughts and my concerns. I don't know. But okay, we start the movie off with Frida and Jess. They're friends. They work at wherever that place is. Honestly, I don't even know. They're like waitresses. They're serving all these rich people, and they're just, doing their job. So they go and they're serving, and at some point they decide they're gonna sneak into the little party and act like they're guests there. So they go and change out of their waitress outfits, waitress uniforms, and put on some regular party clothes, and they go out there. Frida, she's the main character. She over there doing her thing. She runs into the homie Slater, right? Slater is whoever he is. He owns the company. What does the company do? I ain't gonna lie, I'm not that deep into the lore. If you guys watch these type of videos where I do movie reviews, unless it's something I'm seriously passionate about, I don't be knowing too much. My bad. They run into each other. He's like, oh, I guess they just love at first sight, but like love at first sight, wink, you feel me? Like, they look at each other and he's like, oh, I like you, let me show you around. They spend the whole party hanging out together. At the end of the day, his little secretary's like, oh, we gotta go back to the island. And Slater asks Frida and Jess if they both want to come to the island. It's Slater King. He's like this big dude. He owns something. Everybody knows him. He got in trouble for something. I don't remember what, but he said something and it was controversial, and he apologized for it publicly, and then this was like his comeback, I suppose. He was like coming back into the celebrity world for to do things. This is an important plot, low-key, but I just don't remember everything that happened. I just know after that happened and how it ended. Anyways, they go to his island, right? And the movie happens. Like I said, I'm not here to give an extensive review or in-depth play-by-play of the entire movie. All I know is they go to this island, stuff's happening, they're having fun, they're doing their thing. But this is when you notice First, okay, one thing that is prevalent, right? That's the word. One thing that is prevalent that happens is Frida goes into the room that, Slater says she can stay in for the week. And she goes to put on this lipstick, right? And as she opens the lipstick and she pulls it out, it's all nasty. It got hairs on it. It's just not looking good, right? And she's just like, ew, nice try. Implying like whoever the girl that came before her, she was saying like, you didn't have any luck, it's my turn, I can do better, essentially, right? So she closes the lipstick, put it back in, goes out. They're doing their party thing, they're drinking a lot, they're taking, I'm pretty sure that was still some type of poison or something, right? It was some type of poison because it was knocking them out. But let me get there. They were taking these drugs, taking all these things, smoking all their weeds. On one specific day, Jess is out and she gets bit by a snake. There are these snakes that are slithering around the whole island and they have like people picking them up and doing things with them. We'll get to that. But Jess gets bit by the snake. After Jess gets bit by the snake, she's like, I want to go to the doctor. Take me back to, whatever, the main state. Like they're on an island somewhere, so she's like, take me back to the States, I want to go to a hospital, blah blah blah. They're all just like, nah, you'll be fine, it's okay. She's like, is it venomous? Slater, he's like, yeah, but you'll be okay, don't worry. And she's like freaking out a little bit. And so she goes to Frida and she's like, Frida, I want to go. Frida's like, come on, don't be lame. This is the one time in my life where people notice me and I'm not just in the shadows and people love me and I'm getting attention. And for whatever stupid reason, Jess is like, okay, I guess we can stay. Big mistake. So they stay and eventually Jess goes missing, right? She's not there anymore. She's somewhere else, right? We don't know where Jess is. We're a little lost. We're a little confused. Jess, where are you? You feel me? So they wake up. Frida remembers, and I'm not gonna lie. Wait, okay, hold up, because I think I'm forgetting. Frida stumbles upon a little room where there's like bags and there's like perfume in these bags. And so what we end up finding out is the girls are getting drugged with something that makes them forget things. Oh, okay, no. Now that I talk about it, I'm remembering. She does. She goes and she finds that room. While she's in the room, I guess she's a maid, we can call her a maid. One of the maid ladies there, she offers her this drink. And the drink is snake venom. The snake venom is the cure. It'll wake you up from the little whatever else poison stuff that they're drinking that makes them forget what's going on. The maid lady gives Frida some of that and she starts remembering, hold on, where's Jess? I was here with a friend. What's happening? She's been missing, blah, 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 right? She's starting to like freak out a little bit. She's like asking all the other girls that were there with her, hey, where's Jess? Like, have you seen her? They're like, Jess? Who's Jess? Ain't no Jess. Ain't never been a Jess. Are you dumb? And she's like, what do you mean am I dumb? Like, Jess was here. And throughout the whole movie, they've been smoking and they've been using this one lighter and it was Jess's lighter. So one of the girls is like, hey, where's the lighter at? And they pass her the lighter. And the girl, I believe her name was Sarah, she looks at the name on the lighter and it says Jess. So Frida's back at her room, or Frida went to go look at Jess's room, which was next to hers, but it was empty. There was nothing in there. It was like a storage room. She's like, nah, Jess was just here in this room. Where's she at? Sarah comes. This is another girl on the island with them that came. She comes to Frida's room and is like, hey, you keep talking about this Jess. Look, I found your lighter. It says Jess on it. What the heck's going on? Frida's like, something's going, like Frida's like, now you're seeing like something here's happening. Something weird's going on.
Say, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of blanking right now. I don't know. No, yes, she did. Frida gave Sarah some of that snake venom. Sarah starts waking up. Sarah's like, oh, something weird has been going on. Now I'm awoke. Now things are. When you unfolding, you feel me? Like things are starting to happen. Frida and Sarah are like talking and they're just like, what are we gonna do? We need to wake up the other girls. We need to find out what's going on, etc., etc. And so that's like the plot now. They need to wake all the girls up and figure out what the heck's going on, why is it going on, etc., etc. So the movie, it keeps going along. I don't want to give explicits, but they end up getting all the girls to drink the venom by making like a cocktail or something, and they start giving this to all the girls. And keep in mind, let me not spoil that part. Hold up. All the girls, they wake up they start gaining consciousness. And as this is happening, and this happens a couple times throughout the movie, they're having flashbacks of things that happened while they're on this trip. And what was happening is that they were getting SA'd by the boys that they were paired with. Now, what's crazy about this, at least in like Sarah's case, when Sarah first came to the island, she was acting like she was for each girl that was on the island, they had a guy that they were paired with. So in Sarah's case, this guy is supposedly her boyfriend or her man's, or this guy she's dating or whatever. But she takes the venom. Whole time she didn't even know old boy, but he was calling him her boyfriend this whole time. Whole time they didn't even know each other. And with this, Sarah starts admitting, oh, I don't know any of these girls. Frida and Jess were under the impression that they got invited to Slater's little island with his group of friends, people he knew. In reality, he didn't even know any of those girls, and none of the girls knew each other. So they was just taking random girls, flirting and mingling with them, getting them on the jet to go to his private island so they could get assaulted. That's crazy. That's where I was like, ooh, I like this. And Sierra, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this part, shout out to you, because normally, not you specifically, but like normally people recommend movies, and like if you don't know them well, you come at it at like a specific angle and you're like, okay, it's probably gonna be a okay movie, or a little decent movie. Sierra came with a banger, I'm not gonna lie. Such a banger that my husband even liked it. It was actually something different. I guess you could guess what's gonna happen, but they do it in a refreshing way, especially the ending. Now let me get there. So they wake all the girls up. They find out none of the girls even know each other, and now the girls are waking up and they're remembering what was happening. They're getting SA'd. Girls are like, we not finna sit here and just let this happen. And I like that. I forget her name. She was my favorite. When she woke up, she was like, oh, it's up. Nothing but revenge. She was on a vengeance. Wait, all of them were like that, but that girl specifically was like, you got me twisted, right? She's like, nah, you got me effed up all the way. She's getting mad. At some point, they all get mad. I think, personally, they should have came up with a plan and tried to execute it together rather than let their anger overcome them in the moment. But they get mad. They just start going at it. Blonde girl, what did she even do? Now, blonde girl had the chess piece, right? She had the chessboard. She was banging it on boy's head. Yeah, beat him up. Other girl, I forget what did she do, bro. She stabbed him. She took that knife and she said, she was stabbing one of the other dudes. All the other guys are extra characters. None of them really have any importance. Two of the guys die. Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure two of them die. One of them's injured. And then there's this younger boy. He looks like he's 18, 19, like a really young guy. And then there's Slater, the main guy. The girls get the two guys. Then two of the girls. When the first guy dies, Slater sends his little bodyguard dude to get the girl that killed him. She's beating this dude up with his chessboard. The security guard shoots her dead. So now there's that girl dead. They capture the mixed girl and they bring her to the main building. And now it's just Frida and Sarah that are left. Or maybe it was Sarah that someone is beating someone with a chessboard. Something like that happens. But they shoot the blonde girl. The mixed girl, she gets caught up and she's in the room. Frida gets chased by the bodyguard. She's in the woods. Bodyguard dude has her cornered. Sarah pulls up with a blick. Pam. Or maybe she pulls up with a knife. She kills him somehow, and I think she takes his gun. Sarah has it. I'm mixing up this story a little bit low-key, but it's also just it's not that important. All you need to take from this is that everybody's dead except for Frida and Sarah and Slater. And the guy with the camera, while he got it at beat, he was still alive, and Slater brought him to the house. And the young dude's alive. Those are the only people that matter. The girls have a gun, the guys are inside, and they have the light-skinned girl. Slater steps on the light-skinned girl's neck. It kills her. He chokes her out, steps on her neck. Boom, she's dead. So now it's just the three boys and the two girls. The younger boy, he's sitting there, and he's like, what's going on? What's happening? He seems confused. Slater's like, don't worry, bro. The girls are just girling. Don't worry about it. Now, this part had me a little confused because I'm thinking, were the boys drugged too? And they didn't, first of all, not excusing SA. All the boys are scummy no matter what the heck did happen. But I'm just thinking, were the boys drugged too? And everyone was just drugged and everyone was just doing whatever they was doing because they was under drugs. But the boy's like, he's like, what did you make me do? What did you have me do? We should help the girls. Slater's like, nah, don't help the girls. They're not going to help you. Don't do it. He goes to the door, the boy, the younger guy. He goes to the door and he opens it. Sarah pops him. He's dead. Don't know, was he innocent Was he not innocent? I don't even know. I didn't look into it that deep. I'm not here to, again, disclaimer, I know the movie probably has like a set plot, like what it's supposed to mean. I'm just telling you how I interpreted it, okay? So if my interpretation is wrong, sorry, but that's just how I interpreted it. He gets popped, it's Slater, the two girls, and now the other guy on the couch who's hurt and injured and he really can't go anywhere. So it's really just the two girls, the one guy. Frida is at the door. I don't even know what she tried to do. Like, she knocked on the door, it opened, Sarah shot, then Slater just brought her in anyways, tied her up, threw her on the floor. Stupid. They're on the floor. Oh, side note. Before all this happens, while Frida was looking for Jess or any signs of where Jess went, she ended up getting into Slater's office. And she goes into like his little vault, his little cabinet or whatever. And in there, or she's trying to look for the phones, to call for help. I'm missing stuff. At the start, they put their phones in a bag so they didn't have phones on the island. All that happens that I just told you. When they start looking for Jess, they're like, let's go try and get our phones back so we can call for help. While she's looking for the phone, she finds a box of pictures. She's sorting through the pictures. She finds a couple interesting pictures. One of those interesting pictures is a picture of her. She had now in the present time, she has short hair, but in that picture, she had longer hair. So we get back to this part I'm talking about where Slater brings her in the room. All these people are dead. It's just them. Slater, Sarah, Frida, dead dude on the couch, basically. He's basically dying. Frida's like, what's up? What's going on? We're trying to find out what's happening. Slater's like, oh, so you found out. You're waking up, you're realizing what's going on. She used to be on that island. He's brought her to this island before, and I guess done the same exact thing. That's the part that I'm confused about. This is the part I can't really explain. Maybe we could look into it. Honestly, it's probably best that I'm not telling you everything exactly how it happened so you can go watch it for yourself. You should go watch it for yourself. It's a really good movie. Frida remembers she's been on the island before. They've been assaulting them while they're on the island, and now she wants to get off the island, essentially. Now, this is like the main plot. This is the thing that I wanted to give all the background and fluff so that we can get to this main part so we can dissect it. So what happens, from my understanding, what happens is, I don't even know why he picked Frida. To this moment, I don't know why she was the one that got picked. She is remembering, and he starts talking about, and this is probably why I don't understand it, because I didn't get this part at the start when I first watched it. She's been there before. He's brought her there before. Whatever happened at the start where he needed people, where he was asking for forgiveness, he was like, his point essentially is like, oh, you can be sorry for doing something and ask for forgiveness, but no matter how many times you say sorry, people just aren't gonna forgive you, point blank, period. So the way I took it is like, if they're not gonna forgive me anyways, then why should I feel sorry for what I did? Or not why should he feel sorry, because I'm sure he initially did feel sorry. After that, it's just like, no one's gonna accept my apology, so if I might as well just keep doing it, because it doesn't matter. People don't care if I'm a changed person or not. They're still gonna hate me regardless. And so he's sitting there, and she's on the floor tied up and everything, and he's like, I'm sorry. And he's saying it over and over. And he's like, do you accept my apology? Keep in mind, this is after he just did everything he did to those girls and kind of proving his point. It's like, no, you can say sorry all you want. No one's going to accept your apology. Now, caveat, he's hurting and assaulting people. So I don't care how many sorries you say. No one is ever going to accept your apology in that instance, buddy. Sorry. Like, nobody is going to accept that apology unless they're weird. Unless they're a weirdo and they're like, oh, yeah. People change. If you assault people, I don't care how much you change, you assaulted someone. And especially when you're an adult, you're a whole grown adult, knowing that assaulting people is weird and not right and weird. I don't care how sorry you are. Even back then when you were not in your right mind, you knew it was bad. And now you're just in your right mind and you still know it was bad, and what you still did was bad anyway. So I didn't fall for it. I wasn't like, oh, you need to forgive him. I said, nah, what's happening is well deserved. But that happens, and then she cuts herself out of the little ropes that she's tied into. They're wrestling, they're fighting. I think they're trying to grab the gun that Sarah had. They're tussling or whatever. And I'm pretty sure Sarah gets brought in there somehow. I don't even remember, but Sarah's in there too. I think she gave herself up, honestly, and they walked in. But they arrest Frida and Slater are wrestling for the gun or something. They're about to shoot each other, whatever. But as Slater goes for the gun, or maybe it was a knife. It wasn't a gun. It was a knife. She cut her hand with a piece of glass, right? And I think she's gonna try to stab him with it or something. But as Slater's like wrestling her down, for whatever reason, they're all so obsessed with smoking their vapes and taking their drugs. He has this little vape thing. he huffs it, and then he's not gaining consciousness, he's losing consciousness. So he starts forgetting. So the same drug that everybody else on the island had been taking to forget things, she put it, Frida, while he was like talking on the side, she like slipped it into his little vape, and he took a puff. So he starts forgetting. So he forgot everything that led up to that moment. Then he's like, what happened? Why are you guys tied up? Why is he hurt? Why are people this? You know, he's like worried about why everybody's flipping out, why everybody's hurt. He's thinking, oh, I'm just a normal cool dude. What's happening to all these people? We fast forward. I guess they get out somehow. There was a secretary lady, I forgot to mention her. She knew the shady stuff was going on, but didn't want anyone to wake her up so that she would have to face the reality that she was helping these crooks assault women. So she's a weird non-girl's girl. And so we get to the end, and at the end, Frida marries Slater. But I don't think, this is not said in the video, but I don't think she like married him. I think when he forgot, she like told him, oh, I'm your wife, and she made like a story up. This is our private island, and blah, 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 blah. And you know, you just met me this day, and we've been together for so long, but you just forgot. And it's because Slater forgot, he's like, oh, okay, this is my, fiance, my future wife. We're going to get married, etc. So now she's the owner of this company. But what confused me is she's back at the table, and she's sitting at the same party that started at the start. And I'm thinking, is she about, I don't think she's okay. That's the movie. The movie ends there. She's sitting at the table, and now she owns the company, and now they're clapping and thanking her for running the business, etc., etc. That's how it ends. But my little theories now is like, why did she? Okay, not why. I know why, but it's like, what was her motive? Does she plan to like drug men now and bring them to the island, or did she just want the status now? What I figured is, like, at the start of the movie, when she was like, I'm invisible, no one knows me, like, I'm a nobody in people's eyes. Now that she's got Slater's wealth and Slater's fame and Slater's company and all that, now she feels like, okay, people are going to notice me. They deserve to notice me. Notice me now. She got the money, people can notice her. What are you trying to do with all this man's fame and fortune? I don't know. That was just one of the things I was thinking about. Another thing me and Jonah, because I watched it with my husband, we were talking about is like, were the men drugged too? And then it's like, why were the men drugged too? There are a lot of open-ended questions. I'm not the best at talking about things, especially when I've only watched them once. I really can't give like accurate, oh, this is what's happening. And I don't know, I don't want to make these videos like formal, like, oh, this happened, then that, and this is why, and this is what I mean, all to the conclusion. I like to speculate. I like to be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong and I didn't interpret it right. I'm not a poppin' YouTuber yet, so I can't really engage in discourse in my specific comment section, but I love to go to other people's comment section that do movie reviews and like talk about it. It's like, oh, I didn't take it that way, or this meant this and that meant that. And it's like, the director meant it this way, but notice how so many people took it that way. I just like to talk and discourse. That's all I really got to say about that movie. I know it's a weird, like, not cliffhanger, but it's like, that's all you're gonna say? I mean, yeah, that's like my conclusion. It's just like, she took over the company to get noticed because she was feeling like a nobody. I don't really get what she planned to do with all that fame and fortune. And then I'm also just a little confused on why the men, like what the men's part in the situation was. I think they all just knew what was going on and went and signed up for it to do it. But then I'm confused because the younger boy didn't know that he was there to do that. So it's like, what's going on there? Anyways, that's the movie. I just want to talk about it. Y'all watch it. If you have watched it somehow, because I didn't even know it was a movie, let me know what y'all thought about it. And yeah, so that was Blink Twice. And then, hold up, Blink Twice. You know why? I'm guessing. I don't know if this is why. But I was like, Blink Twice. You know why it's called Blink Twice? Because when you're in trouble, people be like, blink twice if you need help. Twice, see? But anyways, that's the movie. Watch it if you want to watch it. Don't if you don't. You just here to hear me talk. Thank you for pulling up and hearing me talk. Next video, if there is a movie, pause. If there's a movie y'all want me to watch and review and talk about, let me know. I'm down to watch anything. Now, if your movie's weird, no tea, no shade. I ain't gonna name drop, but somebody told me to watch Saltburn and that was really weird. And I'm not talking about that movie because I'm not doing that. Don't be doing weird stuff like that. If it's a weird movie, like a weird movie, that was a little too weird for me. I ain't gonna talk about it. But like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things that you gotta do, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
It's just the two of us. Just my dear, listen to